Pokémon Masters continues adding every character from Scarlet and Violet except for Arven, as now Rika has made her debut. And while I thought she was a pretty neat character, a great way to bind together all the members of the Paldea Elite Four, I'm not too excited about this. Oh wait, hold on, is that Whitney? So the event begins with Lear, Rachel, and Sawyer inviting Gita to help them out with something. And it turns out they just need a new mascot Pokemon for the treat that they'll be rolling out for Pasio. Unexpected, but even more unexpectedly, Rika arrives and is confident she has the perfect Pokemon, that being Clodsire. I love how enthusiastic she is about it. She just absolutely loves her Pokemon and wants everybody else to know how great it is. I can get behind that. But actually, Clodsire would make for a great mascot because the treat is made with milk chocolate, and it kind of looks like a little loaf of chocolate bread. Pokemon being used in advertising for in-universe products is cool because it's just a reflection of what we do in real life, but I tell you, I'm always more inclined to buy something when there's a Pokemon on the box. Anyway, back to the story. Whitney shows up declaring Miltank would also be the perfect candidate as well, you know, because of the milk and the chocolate. I would say that's a pretty good pick, though Miltank are canonically already on the packaging for Moo Moo Milk. Though if she's arguing for her Miltank specifically, then yeah, go right ahead. It would honestly fit as well considering she was in the first batch of characters for Pokemon Masters. So now that the answer for a mascot is no longer a clear decision, Lear decides to make it a campaign across all of Pasio, where any trainer can submit their Pokemon as a candidate, and so begins the real story. Though I've gotta say, I like the idea of pairing up Whitney and Rika. They hit it off as soon as they meet. From what I've read in discussion about her character since the release of the game, Rika apparently speaks with a Kansai dialect in the video games in Japanese, as does Whitney. This is apparently also the inspiration for the Johto region. This sort of translates over into the English subtitles of the games, where they do speak a bit differently, mostly dropping G's, contracting words, and using quirky phrases. Though I'd imagine it comes through a lot better in Japanese, especially with cases where they actually get to speak verbally. The point is that Rika notices Whitney is from Johto right away, and I kind of wonder if it's all meant to imply that Rika is from Johto as well. I mean, her ace is a branched evolution of a Pokemon we originally met in Generation 2. I really like how well Rika and Whitney get along, because even though they're technically rivals in this contest pitting their Pokemon's marketability against each other, they also understand each other on that level of appreciating their partners. Whitney decides to help Rika by showing her a perfect place to take pictures to submit, saying she wants them to be on equal ground for the contest. That's right, they have a friendly competition thing going on. Rika also meets Misty with her Quagsire at this spot, which she'll be entering in the campaign. Not a bad choice either, but I still think Clodsire has it in the bag, especially because they have a little battle to determine who gets to use a photo spot. And Rika comes out as a victor, showing off her skills as a member of the Elite Four, but also evaluating Misty and recognizing her abilities as well. It's also just really funny to see both of these goobers next to each other in some official Pokemon media. The theme of dopey, cute, strong Pokemon was fun to see played around with here. After that, we get more moments of the two bonding as they battle some children, which no doubt is meant to remind Rika of Poppy. Also, Chairman Rose shows up and offers her a job at Macrocosmos, but she respectfully declines, saying that she'd rather keep her current position at the Pokemon League. She's still very committed to what she's doing there. In the main games, we had always seen her conducting some sort of business around the Pokemon League while on her regular journey, and then eventually conducting the interview to begin the challenge. And then we see her almost attached at the hip to Gita as they oversee other Pokemon League related business in the DLC. So it is nice to see her doing her own thing here in Pasio, even acting more for herself when it comes to promoting Clodsire as a mascot for the sweets. This little moment is kind of meant to be that reassurance that she's going to stay where she is. It's been pointed out that there's quite a difference between how she acts during Pokemon League business and how she acts while doing just about anything else. I feel that this whole event was an opportunity to see more of that other side to her, while showing that she's also able to keep her job and enjoys doing it. With how the Paldea League headquarters are run and the responsibilities that she has there, it was nice to see her doing something else in her off time. And her potentially having some connection to Johto allows her to form a friendship with Whitney. This whole thing is basically Rika getting to enjoy herself through a love of Pokemon outside of League business, and I'm all for it. Let the woman take a vacation. Anyway, the contest comes to an end and the winner is Gita's Glamora? Yeah, I guess that works out as a more sophisticated look, but I think that was a missed opportunity, man. Kind of a funny way to end things though. That gets rid of the little rivalry between Miltank and Clodsire. At least we won't be devastated that one of these two is chosen as the cutest above the other. Though I gotta admit, I was kinda rooting for Clodsire. I guess Rika never really does catch a break. Well, I thought that was pretty fun and I enjoyed it. As we're firmly in Generation 9, I'm just so curious to see how all the new characters get integrated into this game, and I love seeing them making new friends. Rika and Whitney were an unexpected pairing, but I like seeing them together in a cute little low-stakes competition. Also, I just sort of want to talk more about Pokemon Masters as we get more updates and as I get the opportunity, because it really does give us a bit of a deeper look at some of these characters. And I'm all for some Johto representation. So let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and if you decided to try rolling for Rika and Clodsire. I dropped some gems for a 10 scout on a whim and was able to get them, so I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, I should probably get back to my own work. I know exactly how it is to be the one getting all the stuff done behind the scenes. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, especially the great Gators. DeAndre, Giga Wii U 64, Claude Singh, Waterlium is, Mazhar Siddiqui, Cosmo Zero, Justin Dows, Mr. Saturn, Rainfrux, Cheez-It 62, Swiss Cheese Shiny Hunter, Michael Snyder, Lockadox, Gallantry, Gator Kid 509, TF, Cheeseburger Lasers, Mathaclog 947, Nomad Nobi, Pastel Blood, Taijirai, Justin R, Phantom, and Quago. If you would like to support so your name here gets some access to emotes for comments, live streams, and sometimes early videos, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.
Now concentrate. Think Pichu, Lugia, Pikachu. Cool.
The new collector's edition gold and silver Pokemon Game Boy Color.
Oh, how about 5 more for my friends?